Peace and blessings to the chosen. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor be to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the icon pushing the truth with sincerity and charity, risking their lives and freedom to do so. I'm the brother Elad, responding to the sinners. And the subject in responding to the sinners is the errors that were made by the actors or the characters within the movie, and grave mistakes not to make based off the movie and comparing that with real life. One, I want to start off with the error of this lady right here. When she went outside by herself to confront and vet the main three, she went outside with a pistol. But any kind of situation like that seems a bit sketch, slightly suspicious. You never go by yourself. She should never went out to begin with. But the great error she did, a grave mistake, was going out there by herself. This is Ecclesiastes 4:9. It says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth. Right, woe means destruction. It says, for he had not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, they have heat, but how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. Right, so yeah, in a situation like that, you don't never go out there alone by yourself, even if you are strapped with a pistol. The law and the scriptures and the way things work is really big on the number 2, and even with duality as well. But 2 is often used for balance as well. But it talks about how you have to have at least 2 witnesses to vet something. You have to have the Lord sent them out 2 by 2 when he sent out his apostles to establish a church. So 2 is a strong number, and in a situation like that, once again, yeah, never go search it out by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's a big error in this movie. I noticed another error I wanted to touch on. Call out Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. It's 21:44. Buddy, lusting over another man's woman. Yeah. The adulterous lady who had a husband. Yeah. You bound for trouble dealing with somebody else's woman. They declare it, and that they married, because evil was coming for this man regardless that night. But if this husband find out, you in some trouble, boy. You in some trouble. So to keep you from steering into that path, stay away from people's girlfriends, wives, whatever. That matter, You use wisdom. Stay away from them. Don't, what I'm saying, to the best of your ability, don't be around them too much, as the scriptures say. Unfortunately, you may have to work with somebody. You may be your co-workers, and you keep it at that. You don't let that cross over anywhere past business. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 9, verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. Right, that lady was, attractive, very much so. It says, look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. Right, the more you look at something, the more you intrigued to buy it, the more you intrigued to go and purchase, to go acquire a thing. And, if that be a thing with materials, how much more would a desirous woman to look upon? Right? It says, verse 9, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. Right? They was drinking that night. It was a lot of stuff going on in that movie, It says, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Right? Because even if the husband don't, or the boyfriend, or whatever these people into nowadays, and poly relationships and all kinds of madness, if they find you and get to you, and destroy you, and if they don't, it's spirits out here created for vengeance, that is out here looking for people that's doing adultery. Jason Voorhees. But it's spirits that's out there that'll really jack you up, man. That's just something you don't want to attract to you, especially in seeing in that movie. It was a lot of spirits around them. A lot. Now another situation that was a great era, and I'm just gonna say this because the main three eras that stuck out to me are surrounded by women. I'm gonna touch on this third era, but I'm gonna get that flock is of men, and for a reason, because the Lord said His flock is of men, basically. His flock of men. Let me just find it. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. Yeah. It might be flock of the pasture. Yeah. Ezekiel 34 and 31. And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right. So the Lord deal with the men. And, out of all the apostles and disciples, they were men. The Lord sent His Son to bear the cross. These prophets were men. And why is that? Because the women are the weaker vessel. And what you seen happen with the Oriental or so-called Asian lady is that she got emotional and invited dozens of vampires into she got emotional. And in that situation, you have to understand Matthew 24 and 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And you have to make your mind cold shut, especially in a situation like that. Like, even the main character, he seen his twin was turned to a vampire, man. He had to really get it together, man, because it's a dangerous situation. You don't want to be over here emotional in a very dire situation. People have died from less. Nevertheless, I'm not saying that the Oriental or so-called Asian lady was wrong for what she did, because granted, if you think of it in the long scheme, fighting 30 vampires in one night is way better than fighting hundreds to thousands in the next week, because the head vampire made it clear that he wanted to start an army. So, I mean, I'm not saying that the lady was wrong with what she did. In my personal opinion, I don't believe what she did was wrong, but I believe it was wrong because she did it out of emotion, right? They could have thought it through, took their time, thought it through, and came up with a better plan. But these three women, the black one, the white one, and the Asian one, they were probably the main cause of all those deaths that night, the main cause of all those deaths that night, I would say, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the main cause, and those errors were around. Hey, what the scripture say? From through her we all die. Let's get it. From the woman came death. I'ma get it. Bear with me. Say it cause one is an apocrypha and talks about how from the woman came death, right? And then I ended on that scripture, but just bear with me that I find it. Yeah. Is it Corinthians? Uh, Salaki. Um, Here it goes. Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24. Of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to follow the ways of this woman being emotional, especially in a situation like that. It's best to keep your mind clear, calm, cool, and collected, you know. And yeah. Yeah. Even if it's your somebody you know and really love, like your kids on the other side, you have to really lock in, all right? Because the emotions will cloud your mind, right? And what? Talk about the mortal thoughts. You don't want to have thoughts like that, messing with your judgment. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. Call I am Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.